Hi, I'm Vince Wallace, and this is StoryForge. StoryForge is a place where artists come to forge amazing stories. That's kind of the tagline that we use here. We are a co-working creative space, which basically means that we have studio space that we rent out to daily renters, but we also have monthly memberships for any creative type of person who wants to come in here. And you don't have to be creative to rent a space here. You can actually be anybody at all who needs office space for their business, but we really do cater to the creative community and try to bring as many different types of creatives into the space as possible. I got the inspiration to open StoryForge after talking with a friend of mine who was in the same building prior to StoryForge being here, and we were talking about having a creative space, opening it to the creative community and really trying to foster some more interconnection with people who are here in Nashville, because Nashville is a very creative space, or creative city, so we're like, we want to have a place that those creatives can really feel like they can interact and do their craft, whatever that is. So I had wanted to do creative space prior to this and had tried to do that a few years back. It didn't work out, so this was kind of a second opportunity to see if we could make something work. One of the visions that I have for StoryForge, really probably the main driving vision behind StoryForge, is as a place that provides an opportunity or provides a venue or facility to create artistic products, artistic productions, films, whatnot, that espouse a Christian, Judeo-Christian worldview, because that's who I am. That's the core of my life, and so really I wanted StoryForge to be an outworking of that, and just really kind of it's a shot in the dark, so to speak. I don't know how that will play itself out, but that is one of the main reasons that I decided to go ahead and open this creative space, because I want things to be created here that talk about the love of Christ in the world, that talk about how God interacts with mankind, and that talks about the ways that we can find hope and peace and contentment in this life, which is difficult for all of us. So I really felt like this was an opportunity to do that, and hopefully to bring people here, to bring people in that have a similar desire, so that we can kind of do that together as a community. So that's probably my deepest heart desire for StoryForge and what it is and why it exists. So we are a membership-based studio, and what that means essentially is that our primary means of keeping the doors open is through our members. And we have several different levels of membership, which is really exciting. We're always open to hearing new ideas about membership and how what we have here might benefit you as an artist or as a business person or an entrepreneur who's looking for some interaction. But we have membership levels starting as low as $200 a month, and that's a limited hour membership, but the hours are extremely cheap, and we want that as kind of an entry level, so people who maybe don't need a studio all the time can also utilize a space. And then we go all the way up to a private membership, which is having your own office in the studio and having 24/7 free shared access to all of the studio amenities here. So yeah, we try to craft the memberships around the needs of the people who come in here. So StoryForge hosts all kinds of events, and our goal really, again, is to kind of foster the creative community. So I'm very open to talking about any kind of event really that you'd like to host to see if it fits kind of our mission and purpose here. But we do the art crawls. We've done those every month in the past. This year we're doing 2 main art shows that involve local artists in the community. We do CD release parties, we do receptions and business events, and we just started doing business networking events. We're doing that every several weeks. So yeah, we do a lot of different things, just kind of mix things up and foster that creative interaction. So like most artists, I have been creating since I was a wee child, and I've read a lot of artists' bios over the years, and I'm always like, oh yeah, that was me. So I read National Geographic magazines from the time I was a little kid. They were always around the house, and I was always fascinated by 2 things. One was the travel and the landscapes and the beauty of the natural world, and the other one was all the camera gear that was in there and that was advertised through National Geographic. So I was in love with that, and I always thought I would be a National Geographic photographer or landscape photographer. So I've never shot for National Geographic, but I have done a lot of landscape work. And my style is, I like a lot of concept stuff too, so I tend to do a lot of compositing, and am fascinated by that arena in art. So just taking pictures and kind of collaging them together, or just working in a lot of layers now in Photoshop. So I like to do a lot of that kind of stuff, and yeah, when I get a chance, that's what I tend to do. I also like, I really enjoy working with fashion, but I like incorporating fashion into kind of a natural environment, and that's something I haven't gotten a lot of opportunity to explore, but hoping to do a lot more of that in the future too. Yeah. So as far as my own work and having working galleries and whatnot, in the past I used to do art shows out on the road type thing, but I never was in a gallery space in a building that's an actual gallery. So now this space, its primary purpose is not as a gallery, it's as a production studio, but we also do use it as a gallery space. So I anticipate that my work is here now, hanging in the hallways and some of the common areas, along with some of the other local artists that we showcase. So yeah, I anticipate in the future that my new work will be here as well, on display, and we'll probably have show openings and things like that for it as well. So yeah, it's exciting.